Happy Monday 2027. Welcome back. Hope you had a great weekend. It snowed last week. Why is it snowing in April? Isn't April supposed to be springtime? Come on, April. What are you doing? Last week, you read, in my opinion, what was some really interesting articles and some really interesting charts and graphs on COVID-19. One of the things that happened because of COVID-19 is something called the unemployment rate, which is the rate of the number of people who have jobs and don't have jobs in this country. That rate went up really high. So I thought it'd be really important for us as students to kind of look at other times in our nation's history when this unemployment rate also was very high. Because if you don't learn from your past mistakes, then we're never going to not make them again. So I want to make sure we know exactly when these situations have happened before. So when we're adults, we can kind of help navigate through this if it ever happens again. I'm going to go ahead and share my screen with you really fast. As you know, I'm not very good with that. So let me see what I got. There we go. Awesome. And I don't know if you noticed this. I just noticed this for the first time last week. I'm right here in the upper corner of your screen. I didn't think you could see me last time, so I was doing all these crazy things. This is the PDN for Monday, April 20th. First question is, which of the following sentences is an opinion? Meaning the sentence has to be something that one person thinks, but other people might not. Oregon is a larger state than Rhode Island. Doesn't matter whether it's true or false. It just matters whether or not it's something you can prove. And you can easily look it up on a map, and you can see that Oregon is larger than Rhode Island. So that's a fact. Crater Lake is in Oregon. You can go look that up also, and you can prove that Crater Lake is in Oregon. That's a fact. Crater Lake is the prettiest lake in the United States. The word prettiest sounds like an opinion word to me, something that I find pretty, someone else might not find pretty. And choice D, the capital of Oregon is Salem. That is also something you can look up. So I would click C, and then I'd move on. Question number 2, this paragraph best explains A, how people in Idaho have adapted their lives to the weather, why people need to have warm boots, why skiing, skating, and sledding are so popular, and the importance of fireplaces and warm blankets. It does say at the very bottom of the text, right here where my mouse is, that lots of homes have fireplaces and our closets are filled with warm blankets. That is one sentence in the text. You do not pick a sentence from the text that's going to explain what the whole paragraph is about. So that one's gone. Why skiing, skating, and sledding are so popular doesn't talk about it much except for the many opportunities to ski, skate, or sled. So that's out. Why people have warm boots. A lot of people have warm boots. It doesn't tell me why they have it. It does tell me how people in Idaho have adapted their lives to the weather. Even when it's not snowing, they're really bad temperatures. So people have learned many ways to enjoy life despite the crazy weather. How have they learned to enjoy life? Everyone has on mittens and gloves and heavy boots and coats. They ski, they skate, they go sledding. They have fireplaces, and their closets are filled with blankets. So they did all these things to adapt to make sure they're able to live there well. What is the problem of this text? There is no soap in the bathroom. The television set is broken. The bathtub's overflowing, and the stove was left turned on. C is the correct answer, and here is why. We know that she opened the door to the bathroom, so the stove being left on is not a problem. She's in the bathroom, not the kitchen. You should not have your stove in your bathroom. If you do, take it away. What is that dripping sound? Why is the carpet wet and squishy all around the bathtub? Gee, I wonder, why could the carpet be wet and squishy around the bathtub? I don't know. Yes, you do, because the bathtub probably overflowed onto the carpet. The rest of the carpet was dry, so it must have been somewhere around the bathtub. Come on, Amy, what are you doing? And last but not least, which statement is a fact, not an opinion? Mary seems to enjoy reading in her free time. Mary must be a good reader. She read 35 books in 8th grade. She will probably read more books in 9th grade. Mary seems to enjoy reading. Cannot be a fact. That's not something that I can necessarily go and prove. It might look like she enjoys reading, but I don't know whether she does or doesn't, and some people might not. Mary will probably read more books in 9th grade. Unless you can see the future, you cannot prove that this is going to be true, so we cross that out. She read 35 books in 8th grade. You can prove that, just like I can go onto Accelerated Reader and see how many books you've read. Mary will probably grow up to be a writer. Again, if you can't predict the future, if you don't have this ability to see what's going to happen, you don't know if she's going to be a writer. So I'm going to go with choice C. Then I click next. Really fast, guys, when you do your PDN and you answer these questions, every single question is going to come up incorrect. That's because I haven't gone in to grade them yet. Then I go in and grade them and I release the scores to you, and then it shows you what your scores are, and they'll also be up in Google Classroom. Today we're going to read a very exciting topic, in my opinion, called the Dust Bowl. We're going to read about the Dust Bowl, which happened in the past. We're going to answer some questions about it, and each day we're kind of going to add on some more articles and more facts in order to finalize at the end what the Dust Bowl actually was. So let's go ahead and take a look at this text right here. You should watch this video while I read. I'm going to read the caption of this picture first because this picture looks like it might be something important. It says, dust storm approaching Stratford, Texas, April 18th, 1935. NOAA Photo Library Historic NWS Collection. So that's where it's from. But it's a dust storm approaching Stratford, Texas, April 18th, 1935. So it actually happened around the same time of the year that it is now. Overview. In the 1930s, America was hit by very bad times. These were the years of the Great Depression. In cities and in small towns across the land, banks were failing, businesses were closing, and workers were being fired. But in some ways, farmers were hit hardest of all, and few farmers were hit harder than those in the southern Great Plains. This region has come to be known as the Dust Bowl. The question for this mini-Q is, what caused the Dust Bowl tragedy? That is our focus. What caused the Dust Bowl tragedy? Go ahead and write your gist statement right here and answer this question. How was the years of the Great Depression similar to the COVID-19 crisis we are facing today? You must answer in a full and complete sentence to get credit. I'm going to say that again. You must answer in a full and complete sentence to get credit. None of these one-word answers. I did give you a hint. Reread the overview and think about what was happening then versus what you know is also happening now. As I was reading some things, you might have been like, oh, wait, that's happening right now too. Moving on, please. Writing it just for this section. Hook exercise, the Dust Bowl. The Granddaddy Duster had struck on April 14th, 1935. In Baca County, Colorado, they called it Black Sunday, and it just about did everybody in. Now, it was late May, and the Olstein family had a decision to make. The little dugout, with its dirt floors, had been home to the 9 children. Now, with father dead and the older kids mostly gone, it was just Mom, Ike, his older brother Oscar, and the 2 girls. Mom had already said she was walking away and taking the girls to live in town. Oscar and Ike could have had the 320-acre farm. She was through with it. Ike had just graduated second in his class at Walsh High School and had given a little speech about how he loved Baca. He was the first Osteen to graduate from high school. But now, what to do? Oscar said he was staying. He didn't know anything else, and someday the rains would come back. The orchard was all dead, but the elm tree was still alive, and so was the mule. Go ahead and write a gist right here. Your gist should be a summary of that paragraph in one sentence. Now you're going to answer this following question. Write out Ike Osteen's reasons for staying. Why would Ike Osteen stay? You must answer in a complete sentence. Here's what you got. You are Ike Osteen. You are 17 years old. It is dawn on May 28th, 1935. You have a bundle of clothes tied up in an old shirt, a paper bag with 2 jackrabbit sandwiches, and a canteen of water. You are sitting at the table writing a note to Oscar saying he can have the farm, that you are walking up to Springfield to try to get a job with the railroad, but you stop writing. Is this really what you want? The job is a long shot. You look out the open door at the fields of dust and dirt. You don't have $1 to your name. On this line, you're going to write out the reasons why Ike would stay. So, to start a full sentence, I would write, Ike Osteen would stay because, and then I would list some of the reasons he might choose to stay on the farm. I can go back and use parts of the text that I've already known about to say why he might choose to stay. You're going to pretend that you're him and decide whether or not and tell me some of the reasons why you might stay on that farm. Next, you need to tell me what are some reasons he might leave. So for example, Ike Osteen would leave because, and then you're going to tell me some reasons he might leave. Again, you have to go back into the text and read through what was happening to come up with some reasons why he might want to leave. Then, last question you've got for today. Should Ike Osteen stay or leave? What would you decide? You're going to answer in a full CER response by going back into the text and giving evidence for your decision. For example, if I were Ike Osteen, I would blank because blank. According to the text, it says, and then you list the text evidence. This tells me blank because. I will not give credit to any answer that does not follow this format. When you are done with that, you're going to write it out here. You're going to click submit. All of the answers are going to come up wrong. I'm going to go in and I'm going to give you a 0 or a 1 point. And based on what your final score is, I'll decide whether that's a high quality assignment and I'll give you credit for it or not. If you don't get credit for it, then it will come up in your Google Classroom as a really low grade, and I will reach out to home and tell them that you didn't get credit for your assignment like I did last week. So go ahead and get started on that, guys. Have a great Monday. Please reach out to me if you have any questions. I have office hours at 2:15 to 2:45 every single day. If you have questions, please check in and come ask them for me. Stay classy, Chicago. Have a great day.